Hello, my name is CarX82 and welcome back to my GregBlock series. In between episodes, I did a couple little changes here. I have moved the transformer that was up top to over here. So now I have the IV power coming in and I have the ludicrous voltage power coming out. And I'm using the vanadium gallium cables because they are by far the cheapest for that tier. And I have placed over here my circuit assembly machine and my precision laser engraver that I crafted in between episodes. So we're finally up to the ludicrous voltage. I have them both powered and connected to my AE system. But as I was looking through the recipes to see how to craft the next ingredients, I was setting up a lot of the auto crafting. So I have these on autocraft, those on autocraft. The niobium titanium wires, I can make the wires. I didn't have the fine wires yet, so I set that up. And same with this, I just did electrum foil with the fiber, got that set up. So everything was looking pretty fine and dandy until I looked at this crystal processing unit. And I thought, okay, yeah, I just need the precision laser engraver, ludicrous voltage, which I made, put the ender eye in it, and I went to make these. Looking, I was like, okay, helium, easy to make. These plates, easy to make. I can make it in my blast furnace, no problem. I have enough heat. And then I went to look at this, and this requires europium in an autoclave with an exquisite olivine to get this. And there is no other way to get this. I can cut this down. Wait, is this? Just really quickly looking at this. I need one to get this. But then, wait, hold on. So I get this, and then I can cut that down into two. Wait, is that like a infinite loop? So I can get this and then cut it down into two to get two more? I mean, I guess you're using other things, but it looks like this is like an infinite loop here. Maybe I'll look into that more. But what I'm gonna, europium is what I need to get, and the only way to get europium is from the fusion reactor. So my plan of building the fusion reactor with cheaper circuits is using these as opposed to having to use the mainframes is not going to work. Because I cannot get the crystalline until I get a fusion reactor. So we're going to have to build it with these mainframes, which is okay. I have this all set up. It's just a lot of resources. So if we look at this again, another star plate, easy to get. Plutonium, easy to get. Superconductors, easy to get. Fusion coil blocks, we'll have to get into that. And these high-powered IC, let's take a look at this. So this is easy, and I think I have this set up. So do I have the PIC wafers set up? I do. Let's get one of those. I need to get this. So the red alloy wire, I set this up quite a long time ago actually. And I need two of that indium stuff. So I need one more. I think we're good. Yeah, sometimes if I should just have this auto washing those. Yeah, I have those as recipes. Maybe I should just set this up as automatically if they enter the system to wash that ore. I don't know. Okay. Anyway, moving on. So the red alloy wire, do I have this filled with red alloy? Is it this one? I do have some red alloy in there. I guess for now, We'll just do 60. Actually, I guess I could just do 64. But relatively quick. And I'm just centrifuging redstone dust over here. Alright, so yeah, I need the 2 indium to make this, so that 2 of the indium, and this should, we did everything right. Is it that one? Craft one of those. Yeah, it's got enough power. For a second I thought it wasn't going to get enough power, but oh cool. So I have this to auto fluid extract. I couldn't remember if I did that. So all I have to do is hit, you know, I want 100 alloys and it'll automatically melt that all down. Okay, so this does take a little bit of time. And there should be a quest for it. EVH? Yes, right here. So there is that. Indium dust. Both of those, and then the wafer. Is it PIC? Yeah. So that should pop up there. Okay. So while that's going, let's take a look at this. Field generator. Oh, that is a lot of osmium. I didn't realize it had that much. IV needs 2 of these, so I need to... Actually, we need to set up the new set of these, because I ran out of recipe places for recipes. But in between episodes I'd already set up an area for it, so now that I'm realizing this is kind of in the way. I moved these over and then put them back in the way. So I'll move these out of the way and then I'll put a new machine, but we'll do this here. I guess we'll do... Alright. Did I miss one? Yeah, right there. And I don't know if this is the most efficient or anything. Dang it. I just realized I crafted it one too close. Annoying. Let's try that again. It's supposed to go there. Right there. Relatively easy to make. There we go. Alright, so we got 8 more interfaces. That should... There we go. We got 16 down here. And I rearranged this over here. I crafted a new dense cable output to the PDP. So now I have... all my crafting units are in this one. And then the rest, I think, the crafting computers, and then my distillation tower on this one. But anyway, I should have that circuits now. The HPIC. No, still not. It's PIC. Do I not have it set to auto extract? I do not. And let me pick that up so I get the request. There it goes. Okay, I don't know which one it is, unfortunately. I think you can name interfaces. But, alright, so it was the top one. So that, just finish that, and I believe that opened up. No, it still didn't open up the crystalline, so yeah, there's something else that's behind. Maybe it is, I don't know. I don't know what's locking the chain for the circuits. Probably one of these, maybe this. Alright, anyway. So let's start, why don't we start crafting some of the stuff that we need, because it's going to take a long time. So we need 32 of these. Oh, and then this one will cut down into, let's see, I don't know how much it cuts down into. Man, you only get 2, so I'm going to need 16 of these. Whew, boy, this fusion reactor is expensive, and that doesn't even count the parts of it either. So it's definitely the most expensive multi-block in Gregtech, for sure. What are those called? High power. So that, it's 2 of those. That's it. That is expensive. Holy cow. So like, if I needed 30 more of these, let's take a look at this. Yeah, I'm gonna have to change these recipes over to the Naquata one that I have now. So I will do that in between episodes. And Galena. Let's chuck Galena into there. Alright. And the superconductors, I need 29 of those. Let's see what all that needs. That I can actually make. Requires 15 tungsten. Why don't I start getting this crafting? So while we're doing other stuff, all this stuff will be cooking up. Because that's going to require quite a lot of blast furnace power. And I should be pretty full with, yeah, my battery buffer is almost completely full. So that's going to drain a lot, but like I said, these are running perfectly. This is still outputting 9,000. It's still at 100%. It's probably been running for like 2 hours, I think, and it's still at 100%. One problem I have run into, I expanded my oil production line by quite a lot, is that this thing is going through oil like nobody's business. Let me turn it back on. And I was going through sand. I couldn't keep up with sand production. I added another thing in sand, and I couldn't keep up with the production. But anyway, so this, I think I have about 30 crucibles, 26 crucibles I think I have. And this thing is, let's turn that on. This thing is still going to be draining very slowly. It drains the oil, but running on EV power. Alright. So, fusion coil blocks. I need to get these set up. And even these are intense. Yeah, it's going to take, I think, 5 or 6 episodes to build this thing, which it's endgame. It's super, super endgame. Super coils allow you to make any ingot in your blast furnace. Okay, but I don't particularly want to craft that. Is this behind? Is this... Ah. So this locks... These require superconducting block here. Okay. Let me figure out where I want to go next in the... Well, I only need one of these, so I can get this set up. Yeah, let me set up some of this auto-crafting. I think actually let's take a look at this. Neutron collectors. An assembler, tin alloy. Okay, so this is a new thing. Man, that needs... Look at all that tin it needs. Holy cow. 30 beryllium plates, 3 tungsten carbide, 1 iridium alloy plate, which is uncompressed iridium alloy plate in the implosion compressor. Holy cow, we're going down a rabbit hole here. Iridium plates. Okay, so let me get some of this set up. I'm going to have to get a new assembler so I can fill it with alloy, tin alloy. So let me cut and I will be back. Okay, so quite a bit of time has passed and I have been at work setting up lots of different auto crafting recipes. Right now I am doing some more conducting coils because I have finished crafting everything that I need except for the superconductor coils got used in another recipe, I believe. So I just realized I need some more of those. So let's just go ahead and grab all this stuff. Another star plates, the main frames. I got 4 of those, which are actually not that bad. It just took a while to craft, but it actually didn't take that long. 2 of these. I have the fusion coil block. Yep. I think that's everything for the fusion reactor. I'm actually realizing I probably don't need to. I don't know why I would need to autocraft this. Now that I'm thinking about it, why am I going to have to do it again? But this has tons of slots, so I might as well. Alright, so we're just waiting on vanadium and tungsten steel and stuff. So that's going to take a few minutes, but in between, while we're doing that, I did set up a little, just a little thing right here. Heavy fuel being turned into toluene. I had that a long time ago, but got rid of it. The storage bus in the back. I need it for the iridium alloy plates. For the neutron. This thing. So I need this, and I need the TNT. So I might as well have that going. There's only 2 machines. Just a distillery. Heavy fuel to toluene, which is the one I'm using. And then solidifying it. So simple enough. I also set up a couple more machines down here. I set up a dedicated advanced furnace. So it just has some of these recipes because it kept getting stuck up top. And then I moved my sieve over because I needed more recipes on the alloy smelter. Here is my advanced assembly machine that I set up with the tin alloy. And the pattern goes in there. I decided I didn't like the distillery running on EV power. Was just draining way too much oil. As you can see, I got a very large amount of oil crucibles, and I made more. I made more barrels too. I made, I think, about 24 more barrels. So we are making a whole lot of witch water here. And still I was losing sand. So I decided just to switch out, go back to HV for the distillation tower. I'm not making enough sulfuric gas, but I have almost 13 million LPG left. Alright, vanadium it's doing. So we're almost done with that. Now, I might as well save this for auto crafting just in case. If not, I can always erase it, I think. But I might as well just start going, putting everything in. Yeah, double check. So that's that. Field generator. Fusion, plutonium, nether star. I wonder if you can put all 4 of these in one. We'll try. I didn't even think about that. Let's try that out when we craft, if it needs to be. Like, does this need to be in 4 slots? I'm assuming it probably does. So it kind of forces you to have a 10 slot assembly line. I'm not sure though, we'll test that out. Alright, so we're on the last one. It should be 32 superconductor wires. So this should be it. Is this one? Let's see if they disappear. They do. Okay, so you actually don't need a 10 slot assembly line here. You can stack these circuits in one, so you only need 7. Okay, that's kind of cool to know. Especially for like, well, those are gonna have to, but let's see. Yeah, like these. Nah, these need. You can't stack those up. I was thinking maybe if we could stack these up, but no, you can't. Alright, so let's go see what's going on here. That should be a fusion reactor. There it is, fusion reactor Mark 1. I'm going to save that. Just in case. Who knows? I'll never craft it again. Okay, so as I was, in between episodes, as I was crafting everything up, I decided to look at the quests for the fusion reactor, and they are locked behind these fusion coils. But in order to do this, we need to get superconductor coils. Obviously, because the fusion coil block uses the super, so that's fine, understandable. But if we look at the coils, the progression should be, you know, as you go up, they smelt more and more. So I have these right now. I should have to get these blocks, and then I'll get the alloy version, and then I would get the superconductor version. But the quests appear to be like, this one is locked behind this one, but these are better. So it seems a bit strange that I would get superconductor coils. It would like obsolete these. I wouldn't need to get these, so I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with that. It feels a bit broken, but I am going to need these for the fusion reactor. So I'm going to need 16 superconducting coil blocks anyway. The fusion reactor is absolutely huge. I'm just curious what this actually, 32,000 bytes. Phosphor dust, epoxy resin sheets. Most of it I do have though. Osmium. That's right, I haven't. purified, but it hasn't been put that in there because we're gonna need it anyway. But I'm going to craft up a bunch of these superconducting coils to finish this quest, and hopefully we'll finish this quest, and then that will open up the fusion reactor, which is, I'm assuming, is somewhere over here. I think it is, but it's locked. So let me get those, and I will be back. Okay, so I'm still working on the superconductor coils. We're up to 9 of them, so we need 7 more. I canceled the task because I needed the electric blast furnace or something else. And what I have done in between episodes, not in between episodes, in between cuts, I have built another gas turbine over here. So this one is spinning, doing 9,000 EU per tick. And I decided to build a second one here and fill it with naphtha, which I am actually producing up top. I did notice, if you see, this one has an iron rotor in it. Oh, nice. I didn't realize that's how you could... You have to wait for it to spin down. I guess that makes sense. You can't click on it when it's spinning. You just die. Alright. So once it stops spinning. So I have this rotor in here. And this one has, if we look at it, 25% efficiency. And that one has, I'm not going to touch it, 41% efficiency. And I noticed with the same RPM, both of them were spinning up. I had this connected. I was using LPG. The large gas turbine with the steel one was 9,000 a year per tick, and this one with the iron was only about 7,000. And I tried LPG in both, and this one was definitely a lot less. And I have a feeling it's because of the rotor efficiency. If you figure 15% less, 16% less, maybe that would account for the difference. So I crafted up another steel one. It took a bunch of steel, so that's why I tried to iron. And we'll try that over here. I'm going to switch this over to this side. And I realized that I make a lot of power, a lot of EU per tick, but it's not enough. If I want these, my blast furnace to craft at something over a glacial pace. No. Alright, so there we go. Okay, so this is going to spin up. Let me go show the... I need to move this out of the way. I need to put it somewhere else. I'm not even using it at the moment. So what I did was I moved this chemical reactor. That was my hydrogen sulfide, as you can see. So now it's just being pumped out of these two down here and put it over here because it was not getting enough power. So I put it right next to the battery buffer. It needs 30 EU per tick, I think, and it was running almost constantly, and it was not getting enough power over there. So I moved it. I have all the hydrogen sulfide being pumped into this tank, which actually I don't really need anymore. I'll leave it there anyway. The hydrogen sulfide line was getting full because this wasn't going through it fast enough. But now it's cleared out. But I have the naphtha one running. I have sulfuric gas one, and then a light fuel and a heavy fuel. So I have all 4 of the outputs of this distillation tank running, actually. The naphtha one and the sulfuric gas one are actually empty because I have gone through a lot. So I put a quantum tank here with naphtha, so I have 15,000 naphtha here. I have 8,000 LPG, 26,000 to methane. And what I think I'm going to do is, because I don't think I'm producing enough LPG. I haven't figured out with naphtha yet. But I think I'm going to have the LPG running in here until it runs out. Then I'll turn this off. And then hooked up the methane and let it burn all the methane and then kind of switch back and forth as needed. I'm not sure how if I'm making enough naphtha. But let me cut and then we'll see how much EU per tick this gets. Okay, as we can see, I'm getting 9,031 EU per tick from this. So rotor efficiency, or maybe it's the primary material, iron, like the Site 2, level 2. I really don't know what is affecting it, but I'm assuming it's the rotor efficiency. I'm not 100% sure. So yeah, good to know. But now I'm outputting 9,000 EU per tick from both of these. I think, can I fit through here? Yeah, 6,000. So I'm out making about 24,000 EU per tick. I am still losing on with the blast furnace running, unfortunately. We're making our way through it pretty quickly, so we're almost done with this craft. Let me cut and I'll be right back. Alright. After much time, we got the 16 superconducting coal blocks. So that should have finished that quest. Where's the mirror? Unfortunately, I didn't get credit for those. Yeah, I would like to get this at least opened up. So this isn't too bad. And the, was it MV? I think it was. MV isn't too bad either. Just some tungsten. Yeah, it's not too bad. Iridium. Alright, I have looked at my... Let's see, I'm actually losing soul sand. So with 4 of those, or is it 5 I have? It's just a bit too much. I'm losing soul sand. I'm trying to find a sweet spot where I'm producing enough soul sand and enough witch water. I'm producing enough witch water. I have about 140 barrels. But I'm losing soul sand here. Anyway. Just trying to get like a... Yeah, that's slowly going down, but I think if I burn through all the methane, this will tick back up again. The only thing is the naphtha. We're right around even. So, I mean, that's going to last for hours and hours. And finally, there we go. So that should have completed the quest, which it did. That opened up, well, the superconductor coils opened up this quest. So that's still a bit kind of weird. Like, we need to get these coil blocks, but these superconductor ones are better, so why would you need to? But anyway, that should have opened up. There it is. So nuclear fusion. And there we go. So as we can see, this is a very expensive multi-block, 133 machine casings is asking for, 32 superconducting coils, hatches, energy input hatches. So if we look at the multi-block here, there we go, pretty big. So I'm going to be doing a lot of crafting off camera here. And yeah, it's going to take quite a while for me to get all these required materials. I may come up with something else to do in the meantime while I'm waiting for all that stuff to craft. Did think about possibly getting a mass fabricator to start getting rid of some of this stuff. 12,000 cinnabar. I was thinking about maybe mass fabricating it to get where are we? There we go. So cinnabar gives you 48 and 68, so that's actually really good. And I have tons of this, and the only other thing I can get from it is if I electrolyze, I get sulfur and mercury. So I may do that. Mercury is used in the fusion reactor, but I mean, 16 millibuckets is nothing to get 125. Anyway, that's going to be it for this episode, so thanks for watching, and have a good one.